Good Thursday morning, everybody. I should say Thursday morning, everybody, not necessarily a good one. So as you can tell, I'm not my normal sexy, seductive self today. Woke up, no power in the house, no water. Apparently they just cut us off the grid. Had to do the dishes with a bottle of water and a damn paper towel. Anyway, so I just thought I'd make a new episode of things that piss me off. First off, not having water or power when you wake up, that'll start you off on a real good side of the bed. But beyond that, did anybody happen to watch that 12-minute conference with Sniffy yesterday, old Sniffy Joe? So, I'm watching it, and it takes like, there's a 20-minute clip, and I'm thinking, man, he talked for a minute today. Damn, 20 minutes, that's a struggle for that man. Yeah, no, he didn't. The first 8 minutes was them filming the podium with nobody talking, just people standing around, podium empty. Then old Sniffy walks in and spends the first 5 minutes telling everybody the definition of supply chain like we're fucking retards. Then he goes into a 7-minute monologue about explaining the difference between working Monday through Friday and working 24/7. Oh, we're going to increase capacity by 60% by opening up at nights and weekends. Well, no shit, genius. You know, and then he's like, you know, we've had all these big companies commit today to be pulling stuff off the dock. Well, no shit. You give them the option to get their shit off the dock. They want their shit. Of course they're going to commit to it, dumbass. It ain't like you did something special, you know? And then he said, well, back in February, I saw this coming, so I signed an executive order. Motherfucker, it's October. You signed an executive order and didn't do dick till October? What the hell took so long, man? I mean, every other executive order you signed is like, bam, shut the border down. Or shut down the border wall. Bam, shut down the oil pipeline. But yet, supply chain takes 10 fucking months to turn them into 24/7? Or 8 months, I guess. Hell's wrong with you, man? Can we please get this dude out of office? This dude is a fucking moron. And I'm pretty sure when he does this, basically, he signaled to somebody to slow that fucking teleprompter down because he's losing his place. Because every time he gets lost his shit, he's like, you know, and then this one time in Scranton, I got on a bicycle with my ice cream cone. You know, this dude's a moron. I mean, first off, he doesn't take his ass. He's like, and when we go to the supply chain, what we need to do is, I mean, it's like he has no mind of his own. It's like if he can't read the words on the screen, he lost his shit. I mean, you could tell he gets lost. He couldn't even pronounce it. He talking about my friend Mario Espazio, whatever the hell that dude's name was. But he didn't even pronounce it right, and he read it on the fucking screen. And then he had to apologize to dude for getting the name wrong, act like he's his friend. You know, I'm sorry, but if you're my friend, I actually know your damn name and can probably pronounce it. Hell, as a matter of fact, I can probably even spell it. You know, it just pisses me off that we got this. Who voted for this moron? If you voted for this moron, you're right there with him. I think the exact same thing of you as I do of this moron. How stupid! Who thought this bumbling idiot would be a good president of the United States? He has done absolutely nothing right. He did, well, I take that back. He did work with a committee to take care of our national monuments. That is the one thing he's done. One. 10 months in office, he's done one thing. And then he's just a bumbling buffoon, man. I mean, his whole speech was telling us what supply chain was, telling us that they open 24/7, which no shit. I mean, extended hours, you know. Who doesn't do that? Who is that fucking backed up and doesn't require mandatory overtime? Really? Pick me anybody except the federal fucking government. You know, I promise you, if my job was that backed up, first off, I'd be fired. Second off, we'd be hiring other people, even if it was temporary help. Third off, you bet your ass that we would be working some mandatory overtime. I mean, And he's like, oh, I'm so proud of these companies that are committing today to work these overnight hours. Well, no shit, genius. Without stuff, they can't sell nothing. Of course they want to come get their shit, you know. And then you get I've got to do a little research into this, but from what it's saying, and that's one thing that my first video is going to be over, is this whole supply chain, and of course, Bumbling Biden. But you got truckers, apparently, this is just from what I read, I got to check in the truth on that, but apparently they can't be owner-operators in California. You have to be union. And then truckers are also saying to you states with the mandates, because you can't go, I mean, if a truck driver's driving on through your state and you got these stupid vaccine mandates, they can't stop and get nothing to eat, genius, without, I mean, they got to do takeout or go through a drive-through. Well, maybe once on their weekend, you know, on their day off or something, they want to get a damn real meal. But in your state, they can't, because they can't go in nowhere. So screw you. I wouldn't drive there either. So from what I've read, now I gotta check in the truth on this, but from what I read, a lot of those ships are being diverted to Houston, down through the Panama Canal, because somehow, I don't know how the hell that works. I guess through the Panama Canal and back around, something like that. Anyway, I don't know if it's true, but it makes sense, because these people are not stupid. And they're like, yeah, screw you. You want to mandate shit? You ain't mandating me, boss. You know? I don't know. Maybe you didn't think that one through there, Lefty. You know, maybe we shouldn't just, you know, shoot ourselves in the fucking foot when we're coming out of a pandemic. You know, and that's what he keeps saying. Between him and I was just waiting. I was waiting on him to blame somebody else. You know, you know, it's the unvaccinated's fault, or it's Trump's fault. You know, I was just waiting on it. It didn't come. This is the one speech I've seen from him where he didn't blame Trump or the unvaccinated. But what he did do was blame it on the pandemic. And then he blamed it on, or he said that he's going to hold small retailers accountable. And I'm like, fuck you. You know, the small retailers don't handle them docs. I mean, you're basically saying it's your fault. You know, he didn't say that this time, but he said they're going to hold them accountable. Well, why don't nobody ever hold you accountable, genius? You've seen this shit stacking up for a month. Well, I've seen it stacking up for a month. We posted shit on Facebook, and they're like, oh, no, that's missing context. Well, yeah, no, it wasn't missing context. Shit's stacking up. And now, if you look at it, it's fucking just stupid stacked up. And it took Bumbling Biden this long, but yet this fool says, well, I saw this coming back in February. Signed an executive order. Well, what the hell was that executive order there, boss? Because you didn't seem to do anything. I mean, it seems like maybe you fucked it up, because everything you touch turns to shit. So maybe that's what we need to do, is just stop letting you touch stuff. Hell, maybe we ought to give it to old Kamali or whatever. Hell, she couldn't do worse. I mean, shit, maybe she'd at least show up. I mean, hell, if we give her something, she just goes to the bakery up in New Jersey, so maybe she'd leave it the hell alone. We got to worry about it. You know, shit, I don't know what to tell you, man. Just quit touching stuff. You know, if it was me, and everything I touched turned to shit, I'd quit touching stuff. I'd put on some gloves. I mean, that just pisses me off, man. And then they would say, well, you might not have your Christmas now. It's the pandemic. Well, fuck, the pandemic was last year. This is 2021. 2020 was a pandemic. Now you're going to say we're coming out of a pandemic. Yeah, except the Democratic states that are freaking idiots. You know, the rest of us have done been out since like end of last year. You know, not even the full end of last year. Shit, it's been down there a whole year. But the rest of us been out of shit. I never quit. They talking about, can we gather for Christmas? Shit, if I want to, I will. You know, you ain't gonna tell me if I can gather for Christmas around my damn family. I don't care what false he says. Anyways, that's enough of the rant for today. I gotta figure out the rest of my day. Started off shitty, probably gonna be shitty and end shitty, but at least it's another day I woke up. So I woke up, my hair's mess. Anyway, you guys have a good one. Hit the like and subscribe. If you don't like it, still hit the subscribe. Share it with your friends, share it with your neighbors, share it with your neighbors' friends. Anyway, y'all have a good one. See you on the next one.